Yo, come one, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. It's Friday, work's over, it's time for the weekend, which means it's time for the One Piece War. And we're here today with chapter 1055. Alright, I have already seen the jump cover, right? And with the way last chapter was, I got a feeling deep in my jellies that we're gonna get something. A little bit more, just something relating to Shanks. Just to boost the sales of One Piece Film Red, which is coming out. So please, pay off some greatness for me today, Goda-sensei, alright? But we're picking this up. If you haven't read the chapter already and you want to read the chapter, or if you want to read along with me, the link to the chapter is in my Discord. The link to the Discord is in the link tree link down below, along with all my other links. So keep it simple down there. You know what to do. You know what is appreciated. And chat's already going off saying what else is to do, alright? Like the video, right? Share the video if you want. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications of content like this. That being said, let's get into this chapter. I'm damn well excited. But yeah, like I was saying, the jump cover, we've got Shanks and Luffy, and the cover's saying the One Shanks Guides. So obviously the magazine's, you know, playing up the fact that Luffy's, whether it's positive or bad, because I know that there's the Shanks is evil people out there in the world doing their crazy stuff, right? But yeah, I wonder if this is like, obviously Shanks is going after the One Piece at the moment, or at least that's what he said last chapter, right? But then the One Shanks Guides, he's been setting up Luffy, he's been betting the new era on Luffy, so I'm sort of like really interested to see the there's got to be an Oda twist on it, right? So I'm waiting for it. But that being said, Shanks looks devilish and menacing AF here. Low key, like, I know that's his normal coat and he's sort of got his dress shirt on underneath, but low key, looking at it here, he kind of looked like he got his own admiral coat on. I'm just saying, all right. So I like the drip. But that being said, let's get into this. Oh, we got another cover here for the movie. We've seen this posted everywhere, though. It still looks like Uta has some Germa, tech on her feet. Someone also... So, I haven't gotten any spoilers for the chapter, per se, but someone did say to me, right, that there may or may not be a reference to Uta in this chapter. So, I don't know if we're getting a tie-in or what, but I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay? Oh, okay, mate. No, maybe this is it. Okay, fair enough. 3 issues in a row. Ooh. New Age. Uda, listen. Pirates have stormed the town. Uda, they got my dad. Save us, Uda-chan. The houses are burning. Uda. Uda-chan. Yo, and she snaps awake. It's not here. A pen. I need a pen. So this is her making the song for the movie. That is interesting. It's done. My magnum opus. Oda drew this extra showing the moment Uda penned her New Age theme. That is definitely interesting. Okay, 3 issues in a row, we get this little Uda thing titled New Age, and then the name of the chapter's New Age. So I'm a little sus on that. I got odd feelings coming about. We see everyone partying in the capital, so hopefully we're gonna catch up with Green Bull again. The party's in full swing, yo. We've got Nami and Otama there with Zeus partying in the capital with some cotton candy. Yes! Okay, we're back. Let's go. Oh, you know I love this. Stop, Yamato! Why? Why not? Why won't you let me fight? You mustn't lay a hand on him. Yeah, and he's just beating the shit out of Momo. I mean, he hasn't used Haki yet, so he's just like casually dropping him with his tree bod. You know, his big old burly tree bod. He looks like a broccoli man at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. Nimpo Scroll Jutsu. Fire release. Raizo coming in clutch. Yo. Is Raizo the most undervalued MVP? Like, Raizo be coming in clutch in some very random situations with some really cool ways, and I really love the character of Raizo. Like, Raizo is actually genuinely like fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, even from his introduction, I remember like just like he's gonna be like I remember the theories like Raizo's a woman, Raizo's a badass, yeah. Raizo's reveal was just like, oh no, and it was right at the time where Naruto had ended. So it felt like Oda just being like to Kishimoto, which was funny. But yo, I've been saying for a minute, if what's his name? If Green Bull goes up against fire or even ice, he may get really messed up really easy. Because think about it, right? Wood's susceptible to fire to an extent, as long as it's not too lush, because then it doesn't burn too much. But I mean, it's anime logic. The also other thing is the cold. Like if Green Bull goes up against someone that's really cold, say like Aokiji or Monet, could he be at a disadvantage because it might cause like his greenery to wilt, sort of? Just a theory, I'm just saying. Yeah, but he hits him point blank with the fire release, and that fire release is probably actually comes from Borrow Breath, because that's probably the leftover Borrow Breath that Raizo had captured from Kaido. Because I know he did the restoration on the Borrow Breath, but we don't know how many off-screen Borrow Breaths he was catching up in his scrolls. Gwah. Just kidding. Fireproof Forest. You're up against a Navy at... Sheesh, man. He just decides to activate Fireproof Forest. Yo, you think I wouldn't be able to guard against such an obvious weakness? No! 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 I was just gassing him! No! No. I was just saying how much I like Raizo. Green Bull coils up his freaking tendril, harkies it up, and he does the low diff king queen killer. Man pokes Raizo in the belly button to death and just sucks out all the nutrients. Yo, and Denjiro's like, Raizo! Raizo's like looking down as he's like, literally as his life is just yeeted out of his guts. Raizo! Raizo! Yo. I'm scared to scroll down because either we're going to find out a really easy way to save people that have had like the nutrients sucked out of them. Because it might just be like a water thing. Or, mind you, I just got a phone call, sorry. Either we're going to find out a really easy way to save these people, in which case, yeah, maybe King comes back. Or, I just watched my man die. I don't like this. I mean, it's a dub, but it's an L too. I don't like this. No. Oh. Damn you. No matter how much we cut it, it just keeps growing back. He must have some weakness, right? Is weed hacking really all we can do? Yeah, and the rest of the scabbards just got done. Damn, no. Yo, he shut that shit down. Alrighty. So we count over to the flower capital, castle basement. Oh! Ooh! Poneglyph time! Bout time! Castle basement, Kozuki Sukiyaki's secret room. Even further down. You did well to sniff us out. You make it sound like I am a hyena. Oh, thank you, Oda, for not dropping this man. Thank you for not dropping this man. You make it sound like I'm a hyena. I simply noticed the two of you weren't with the others. That naturally made me wonder if you were up to something. Be careful where you step. The ground is covered with mold. We haven't seen nor heard from CP0 in a red hot minute. Right? Because they came across the Big Mom Pirates down below a week ago. But at this point in time. Right. But I feel real safe right now. Because best gal in the entire series. Right? Nico, numero uno Robin, is being protected by my favorite Supernova. I like this. This brings confidence. This brings joy. This sparks joy. Alright. I never told Orochi or Kaido about this passage. But they were still able to find the Poneglyph in no time. Ooh. Because they had a fishman on their crew, the All-Star... Wait, he's under... Oh my god. How would being a fishman help? How far down does this go? This goes underneath the water. Yo. That's hilarious. Was Jack getting bullied by King and Queen? They're just like, because Jack, a J, right? The card's also known as a fish hook. That's why he's got the fish hook swords, right? Was my dude getting dangled over the side of the boat and just dropped into the water like bait looking for poneglyphs? They call him Jack the Drag Down because he's the anchor. He's the spare anchor. They just yeet him overboard with a bit of rope until he grabs onto something. Because we know he doesn't pass out under there because he's a fish man. Talking about crew dynamics and what and roles of the crew. Jack the anchor. Oh, I'm finding that too funny. I'm laughing at my own jokes too much there. Lore X Robin? Yo, Lore X Robin for sure. If it is not Zoro and Robin, which post-time skip sorta hurting a little bit, then give me that Lore Robin. Robin deserves a high quality fella. And a 3 billion berry boys, high quality. How would being a fishman help? That will be clear when you see it. How far down does this go? Let me see. I would say it goes a few hundred... Wait, what? How far down does this go? Let's see. I would say it goes a few hundreds of years deep. And they're like, what? Where is that dim light coming from? There is a glass block window at the end of the crawl space. When you climb in there and take a peek, we will already be below sea level. Oh. No fair. Yo, the comedy's on point there. Yo, Robin's crawling through the crawl space trying to look for just, she's doing her she's doing the Velma, I gotta search for the clues. She gets right at the end of crawling through all the dust and mold, and Law just yeets himself in there, just like, oh, what's that? Bye. Yeah, I love their dynamic. They may actually be a power couple in the series going forward. I'm not gonna lie. Is that Wano underwater? Ooh! Is that Wano underwater? That is an older Wano from about 800 years ago. What do you mean? Exactly as I said. Yo, so that's the Void Cent. Nah. This is another place with a rising sea level? What? One from 800 years ago, what do you mean? Exactly as I said, although as to why it ended up like this, I have no idea. But it's so well preserved. Does that mean this isn't really seawater? This is what I do know. Long ago, Wano was much larger and located at sea level. On the land around the base of Mount Fuji. At some point, walls were erected all around enclosing the island. As a result, the rainwater had no place to escape to. And the whole towns were eventually submerged and abandoned. The land further up mountains was established for settlers. And that grew into the country we are familiar with today. The current Wano, precisely. They water 7'd it! Oh, that makes too much sense. Because the whole thing about Water 7 was the rising tides and building up and up and up and up and up. So what do they also make? Pluton. Where is Pluton located? Wano. What other problem does Wano have? Rising sea level. Sometimes I hate how arrogant Oda is with his parallels. Like, I love it. But sometimes it's just like oh, you little shit. How dare you think like that? How dare you think that far through? Okay. We have arrived. This is the Lode Poneglyph. Okay, so the Road Poneglyph, Lode Poneglyph. Alright. It's really here. This is our third. We just need one more to travel to Laughtale. We are in a cavern near the foot of Mount Fuji. If you continued to trek a little deeper... Wait! No! No. Yo, am I freaking out for no reason? They're underground. At the base of the sea level. Like, we're literally getting the explanation of it here, right? Of where roughly they are. So they're around where Kaido and Big Mom were. So if Kaido and Big Mom aren't dead, maybe they freaking end up here. Who knows, right? But the worst thing is, they're at the base, submerged. 2 Devil Fruit users that are necessary are at the base of an active volcano that's rupturing. Nah. Surely Oda... Nah. I got nothing to fear. Surely Oda's not going to connect the two. Nah. I refuse to let Oda scare me like that. I refuse. Yo, we're in a cavern near the foot of Mount Fuji. If you continue to trek a little deeper, it is said that you would find the sleeping ancient weapon Pluton. I have never seen it myself, and am unable to show it to you. So Pluton's... Oh, So that cave mouth is where Pluton is. So Pluton's at least smaller than that. So Pluton's about 3 stories high. But wait. Pluton. So Pluton's at least got to be less than about 3 to 5 stories high. Right? Because you can see that there. But why is a ship stored on land? Because when this would have been done, the sea level wasn't risen. Remember? There was no water here because this is where the villages were 800 years ago. So what is the We've heard Pluton referred to as a ship. Is it amphibious? Sort of like the fire tank pirate ship where it can go on sea and land? Yo, I got so many questions. Yo. It is said that you would find the sleeping agent weapon Pluton. I've never seen it myself and now I am unable to show you. Retrieving Pluton would require the removal of the walls that surround this nation. Opening the country is quite a literal act. We would lose our greatest defense and set loose one of the ancient... I have been calling this shit for 3 years! Not the Pluton side of it, but to open one of those borders, you literally have to yeet the country open. Removing all of that access so that it's accessible. Yo, roll the tapes back. I've been calling this. Opening the country is quite a literal act. We would lose our greatest defense and set loose one of the ancient weapons. Opening the country unleashes Pluton? Why would Kazuki Odin want that? Everything I have told you was passed down through generations of shogunate rule. I cannot speak to what Odin may have learned himself during his voyages in the outside world. It is really interesting. I mean, really interesting that they're cutting to Killer and Beppo here. Like, when they're talking about the experiences in the outside world as to releasing Pluton, they're cutting to 2 of the Supernova ships. Because the whole thing that Odin and Roger were saying was like, in 20 years' time, there's going to be a big war. There's going to be a flood of pirates. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to... I was wanting it to be in Wano. I wonder if they're going to play a bigger role in the end war. Because it's odd to cut to that in a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. The flower capital. Holy shit, this man... Greenbull is a big boy. He a big boy. Look at that big old tree. No man can hope to stand against the forces of nature alone. Get it? If Kaido was still in charge, I wouldn't have come here. I'm sure living under his regime was miserable. But the order he imposed was the deterrent that kept other predators from targeting your country. Ah, Greenbull. Just bring me Straw Hat Luffy already. I'll leave you be after this, after I take his head. Yeah, he's got all of them there. That's Yamato on the right. Inuarashi, Nekomamushi, Denjiro, Kawamatsu, Shinobu's up there on the left, and Momo's on the ground. Let's call Luffy in the gang, and show this guy who's boss. No, that is unacceptable. Wait. Thought I saw something weird then. Like, it took me a moment to process. Let's call Luffy and the others... Let's call Luffy and the gang and show these guys who's boss. No, that is unacceptable. The same goes for you. Do not touch him. After all that time chained up on Onigashima, You finally have your chance to be free. Huh? That is why I refuse to taint your send-off. Oh, so she is going. Up until now, I have continued to rely on Luffy, Zoro, and the others. But it is imperative to prove that those of us who are staying here can repel any enemy on our own. Yo, look at Denjiro looking like a proud-ass dad there. If we still have to depend on the people who wish to leave, how can we look any of you in the eyes and say that Wano is safe with us? That is actually full circle for Momo. I actually really like that. Doesn't matter if he's useless. He's like it doesn't matter how useless I am. It's not that I want to succeed. I will succeed. I have to succeed because I have to stand on my own 2 feet, and I love that. Now that he's aged up, now that he's Shogun, he's pulling his weight, and I like that. Now be gone, you demon tree. Get out of here. So you're just a spoiled kid? I guess even dragons can be pathetic. I can see what's set up here. Oh, when I scroll down, I said leave! Yo, and he blast breath straight through Green Bull's torso. What? It actually came out? Momonosuke-sama? Yo, they just straight up put a clean hole. Like, they just blew through Green Bull's torso there. That is wild. Momonosuke-sama. It was a spitting image of Kaido's. Yo, but... Ooh, Green Bull immediately recovers from getting torn in half. And Momo follows up with a second one. Begone, begone, begone! Hang on, you crazy bastard. Yo, and he's just lacing him. Amazing. He's managing to control his dragon form. But his aim still leaves much to be desired. Yo! So he can actually borrow breath. Shit. Momo, I know I was just hyping you up for what you were saying. Do not let Green Bull leave this damned country. Yamato, Scabbards, Momo, call for Luffy, call for Kid if you have to. Green Bull was interested in never having heard of a pink dragon fruit. That paired with CP0's info, if he gets back to Navy HQ and they find out that this dragon fruit not only wasn't a complete failure, but was actually a complete success, Vegapunk gonna have some explaining to do, and low-key, we may start seeing some replicas of mythical zones or whatever in the Navy. And that is not something you want this late stage in the game. I don't know if Oda would go out of his way to introduce it. Could you imagine Momo and Kobe, the twin pink dragons? That would be definitely wild. Amazing. He's managing to control his dragon form, but his aim still leaves much to be desired. So he's just randomly torching Green Bull. Yo! Look at this! What a pain. Easy now. Seriously, is he trying to burn down the whole town? So Momo's just like yeeting everything with his borrow breath. And Green Bull can return from a single seedling. So that passive ability of just making a forest while fighting means if you don't have massive area of effect, you cannot beat him. That is wild. Since you're so hell-bent on playing hardball, have it your way. Now, is this Haki, or is this his black blade used in his tree form? I'll skewer you, and you'll want to be Kaido route. Oh, and you'll want to be Kaido routine from mouth to tail. What's this? Got some lightning. No! What? Now, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is! The chapter's name is New Age. The front cover. The tie-in with his daughter. How did I forget Shanks was hanging around? Yo, I'm losing my voice. Shit. Yo, Shanks just yeets Conqueror's Haki from out of the fucking country. This man snipes with Conqueror's Haki. Whoa, wait. That Conqueror's Haki, who the hell? Yo, and Granville gets the shiver of like, cause like, dude, he gets sniped! He gets sniped with Conquerors! The fuck? The red hair pirates, you're here too? Boss, don't just go all out with your Haki like that. Boss, don't just go all out with your Haki like that. All the newbies are foaming at the mouth. I won't call you Marines cowardly or underhanded for this. But wouldn't you agree it's bad form to go after these worn-out saplings when they're exhausted from making pirate history? Yo, this man, as a little seed... Oh, actually, no, he went back into his full form, didn't he? So he was a little seed, he grew back to full size, then he went giant form, and then he got sniped. He brought out a serious weapon there with either the Haki or the sword vine. My guy Shanks out here like a goddamn Modern Warfare 2 player, like 360 no scope, bang! Hits this man cross-continentally with the Conquerors, and then lectures him. That is actually wild. Yo, and we see Luffy crying after he stabbed himself in the first chapter. And we get flashbacks of Momo and Hiyori. What's that there? Is that... Next to Toki and Hiyori, is that meant to be Uta? Is that a little Uta Easter egg? Because it looks like the hair swirly. It looks like Shanks like hugging her. Thinking about her here. Does the new age frighten you that much? Yo, look at the sex on a stick that is this man Shanks. Holy shit. I get it already. It's not like I want to pick a fight with you guys. Not today, anyway. Yo, they got Greenville running. Shit! I mean, it makes sense. Like, it was barely believable, but it was semi-believable that he was going after the monster... I say the monster trio. The Supernova trio for taking down a Yonko. 2 Yonkos. Like, man came in here like, I'll take him out anyway. I'll drop their ass. She'll be right. Gets another Yonko crew pull up and snipe him off guard. He's like, oh, fuck. I'm here alone. No! I mean, especially when Akainu's orders were literally like, don't bite off more than you can chew, bud. So, it makes Green Bull look a little bad, but it does make complete sense in the story. But, low-key, is that a new... Yo. Alright, I'll talk about that more in a sec. Let's keep going. Yo, we cut back to the party. The Straw Hats are vibing, chilling. He's gone. She. He's gone. She. Guess we don't need to lend a hand after all. Check Momo out. Indeed. And that Haki just now was really something too. Yeah, who was it? A familiar face just popped into my head. A ship drifting into the vast ocean. They were watching the whole time! Yo, I love this man, Luffy. Like, we were saying last few weeks, right? It makes no sense for these guys not to have sensed it too, since the others could sense it. But they sensed it. They went in. And these boys, they're emotionally smart. They understand that other people need to stand up for themselves from time to time. So they stayed back as a safety net. They didn't even know we're there. They were watching, ready to jump in at a moment. Wait. No, wait. Where is it where Green Bull's got them all? No. That makes that so much worse. What? Chat. The Scabbards and Momo got semi-folded until Momo arcs up. The Straw Hats are watching in case something goes awry. But Raizo still dies! What? Surely he's gonna... No. They're gonna save him. They got Marco, Law, and Chopper there. They're gonna save him. If not, if that was the end of Raizo, low-key, the Straw... Yo, if Raizo just died, if Raizo is actually just dead, and Luffy just watched that happen, low-key, Luffy is a savage, and he's channeling his inner Shanks. And the fact that Shanks' Haki popped up and Luffy knew what was what, Luffy's just there, just like... If you pull a weapon, be prepared to die. Honestly. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Look at the coloring here, too. Oh, that poneglyph looks good. I've come to remove film red. Yo, what a good chapter. This was actually such a good chapter. Kaido vs. Momo would have been good. I mean, we got to see a little bit of it, but not much. Yo. This is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Like, actually, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Yo, did they actually just kill... Did they actually just kill Raizo off like that? Because he got the Haki tendril bloody life drain. And like, low-key, Kinemon ain't here for this. Okay, I gotta re-go through this. So Green Bull drops Momo from the end of last chapter. Raizo comes in, hits him with regular fire, but like a pretty big amount of fire. I guess if it is the blast breath, like the remnants of the blast breath, it might just be like not as big as Momo's, or it's just not the blast breath and it was just a regular fire that he had sealed up, right? He one-shots Raizo, and low-key, if Raizo is actually dead, he's got a bigger lethality rate than Kaido right now. Holy shit. Oh. Then we get the craziness about Wano. But, yo, does this actually make sense? Because I was actually talking about this in the Discord earlier this week with Eggs for Brekkie and Kuma. If you guys want to check out that conversation, again, join the Discord. Scroll up to the beginning of it. But we were talking about the Wanted chapter and the Ryuma flashback and how that was set in Wano, and how I was theorizing that potentially at some point in time Wano was more accessible than is now, and the landscape changed because there was also a period where there was vast deserts in Wano, since Oda wanted to incorporate that in. And when I say that, I mean like when Oda wanted to incorporate monsters in as being Wano. And obviously the samurai culture is heavy, and it's a lot more predominant now than it was in the Wanted chapter, if you want it. If the Wanted chapter is semi-canon, I should say. So at some point in time, in about 500 years ago, Wano was multicultural to an extent, right? So I wonder if looking at this, right, this page here, you got Sukiyaki talking about it, right? Wano 800 years ago is at sea level, right? Say they build up a little bit, right? 500 years ago, Wano's like half full. Maybe a little over half full, right? That might have been the time around, that might have been the time around, oh, how am I forgetting this? Ryuma and Oars. But based on this, I don't necessarily think Oars had anything to do with it, especially if you look at it. Wano was 3 times bigger in the past. It's now a third the size that it used to be, which is wild. Also, arguably, Wano is a lot bigger than we may necessarily think. Because looking at this, you see those koi there, but remember, those koi were like, they were bigger than the Sunny. So these buildings could be like for giants almost, low-key. Or these are really small koi. Who knows? Again, maybe reading too much into it or not. I don't... That's hard to tell, you know what I mean? But yo, we get... This is wild. So we know the base of this is sea level. So Kaido and Big Mom got at least punched down a little under sea level, I think, from memory. Which is interesting. Yeah, I've got so many notes I'm going to have to go back over for this chapter. This is actually a good chapter, but damn. Okay, we cut back to Green Bull. And again, looking here, we have Yamato on the right, Ino, 1 in, Neko, then Denjiro, then Kawamatsu, and above that is Shinobu. And on the ground is Momo with a broken horn. Oh no, that's his ear. That's his ear, I think. Maybe. I don't 100% know. But I don't see Raizo after he gets yanked. Yeah, I love this whole series here with Momo's like raving up. But yo, so does Green Bull need to activate Fireproof Forest, or is Borrow Breath stronger than the Fireproof Forest? Which I could definitely say that Borrow Breath is stronger than the Fireproof Forest, which makes sense, and it works well because I mean, Green Bull being a Logia, it works in his favor regardless. You know what I mean? But, he gets hit off guard. Like, he was looking at it, but it's like semi off guard because he didn't react to it. He gets just hit point blank by Borrow Breath. And you got to think about how big Green Bull is. Like, we see it out here. Green Bull is like... I know this might sound dumb, but you see him sort of semi-compared to the Flower Capital, and we see, like, 3-story buildings and stuff like that. Like, Green Bull here is like a 15-story building. So, like, there's a lot of perception sort of stuff happening here. So maybe he's not that big, maybe he's a bit bigger, give or take. Like, maybe he's heaps in the foreground here fighting the Scabbards. But, Momo does a huge blast breath on him. Splits him clean in half. Like, just literally does... like a lightsaber, honestly. And then the second he recovers... because you see him cut in half there, drop to the ground. Green Bull recovers immediately because it didn't hurt him. It was just, like, affected his form. Right? And then he immediately blasts him again, doing a wide area of effect here on all the plant life. So we got one, cut him down to ground level, and then just did a wide area thing, right? And while that body's burning, he just spawns back from one of the seeds. So his essence can just transfer to one of the seeds. That is actually so broken. That is actually so broken. And just when he's about to stab him, mouth to booty, Haki or Black Blade and all, right? I'd say Haki. Maybe... ooh, actually, that's a good question. That's a good question for me to ask myself here. When he stabbed Raizo, it had the dark edge on it. So is that like a root that sucks up nutrients? Or is that the Black Blade? Because it's the same root. Oh, actually, no. This one's on Green Bull's left side. The one that took out Raizo. Looks like it came from the right. The way it's framed, it looks like it's coiling from the right and launches. But that just could be a matter of perception. I owe Eggs for Brekkie a bit of an apology. And it's not because I didn't necessarily believe it. I thought we were at the stage in the story where it wasn't going to happen. Right? Where I didn't think there may be more uses for Advanced Conqueror's Haki or for Conqueror's Haki. I thought they would legitimately going to plateau all the Yonko at the same level and all the top tiers at the same level because of that. And maybe Luffy would like forge his way through with a new ability. But Shanks outright... he communicates with him with Conqueror's Haki from multiple kilometers away. Right? Multiple kilometers away. Then, on top of that, right? Ooh. Actually, what is it that's happening there? Okay. I thought he sniped... like, I thought he, did, like, the specific targeting. And not the knock... like... because I don't think you can just knock out someone of a high tier caliber, but I had a mini theory for ages that... because we've never seen it post-time skip, really, until now, that if someone has Conqueror's Haki and uses it against someone who doesn't activate Conqueror's Haki... because you know how we get that, like, bubble clash that we see all the time? If someone uses Conqueror's Haki on someone that doesn't use Conqueror's Haki, or that someone isn't using Conqueror's Haki at the time, right? What does the Conqueror's Haki do? If it doesn't knock them out, does it tire them out? Does it fatigue them, right? And I thought that's what was happening here. He, like, stun-locked him for a second. But if you're actually looking at it, it looks like the lightning's raining. Like, raining over Green Bull's head. And Green Bull's actually, like, as he's about to attack, he's looking up at the lightning. And he's like, shit, there's a top tier here. That conquers hierarchy. Who the hell? You get that chill down the spine. You're like, oh, shit, what's coming up behind me? Senses that it's the red hair pirates and then does that telecommunication with them. But I definitely want to say that it's if it's not just a narrative thing where Green Bull's just seen it and gone, oh shit, crap, I've bitten off more than I chew here, I need to follow my orders. I want to say that Shanks probably has the biggest range of Conqueror's Haki we've seen so far. The most potent Conqueror's Haki we've seen so far. The most skill with the Conqueror's Haki we've seen so far. And I think this may be a skill where he can target someone. And if he activates Conqueror's Haki and they don't activate Conqueror's Haki to defend, he may be able to stun them for a second. Possibly. I may be reading too much into that. I'll have to wait for the official fizz and to see a bit more of it. But that's sort of how it looks. But, like, the crew literally say, don't just go all out. So this isn't, like, this is Shanks using the absolute most threatening of his Conqueror's Haki on an individual that he can. He's going all out with the Conqueror's Haki, right? Which is, like, normally like a semi-passive ability, right? And it worked. Like, Green Bull's like, oh, shit. And it's not that Green Bull says he wouldn't fight him, right? Like, he says, I don't want to pick a fight with you today anyway, right? Like, obviously, watching this and, like, what I've seen of it, like, bit of a spoiler, I'll probably go into more detail about this. This may change my rankings, where I may move Shanks up on the... I may move Shanks up a bit in the Yonko rating. And I feel confident now saying that Green Bull's probably, although he's a really beast, probably the weakest of the Admirals. Just based on ability and personality. Even though I love him to death, he's a badass. I'd say at the moment he's probably the weakest. He's got more natural weaknesses to exploit. Although he's got that badass personality, although it sort of goes to the shitter here. He definitely has a really good, really versatile ability that has a heap of hacks. I don't know, there's further discussion and further, like, analysing that probably needs to be done for that. Yo, does the New Age frighten you that much? What a panel! He looks like a Adonis. I still can't get over the fact that the Straw Hats were just watching on standby, just, like, ready to 4v1 an Admiral, just like, yeah, we'll jump this dude. We'll jump him, she'll be right. We got this. We got this. Yeah, okay. That being said, this was chapter 1055 of One Piece. Live reaction. I'm going to wrap this up here. That being said, I will get a discussion out sometime over the weekend, because this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. I love this chapter start to finish. This was a great chapter. We got heaps of info dump. We got heaps of cool fighting. We got to see some new abilities. Potentially got a death. I think all around this was a great chapter, and I absolutely love it. That being said, if you haven't done so already, you know what to do. You know what's appreciated. You know what's expected at this point in time. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for more notifications for content like this. Give the video a thumbs up, or even share it if you're feeling extra nice. And check out the links to all the other socials in the description down below. And while you're at it, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts were of this chapter. Let me know if I missed anything in this chapter, like a cheeky panda man. And let me know what your unique subscriber number was if you're a new subscriber. That being said, peace, nothing but love, and nothing but respect. Have a damn good day. Till the next video, or until the discussion, have a good one. Goodbye.